Bigfoot with a fan. And that's what we did. We went out together, and it's like 12 investigations later. He won't leave. Do you know how to get rid of him?
So,
what the hell's going on here? I left you alone for 1 second.
podcast here, sir.
Yeah, I left you alone for 1 second. You take the show over, goddammit. Saying, the best I can think of is tweakers are out in the woods making tree structures. That's what you meant.
You know, it damn sure wasn't a bunch of Boy Scouts. I told you that.
Suddenly go blowing that way.
Right.
You guys will know.
Yeah.
Well, red alert. The producer's here. Bobby Lee.
These millionaires don't know what Prime is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What are these lowly people drinking?
You know, something like Dog Man, right? And I have no dog in the fight, so to speak.
Hello, what's up, everybody? Yeah, I did. I wanted my fan. Oh. My biggest fan. You can unplug that one over there and then plug my fan in. I gotta get cool, man. I'm sweating already down here. Good Lord. Welcome to Banter with Richie B podcast, baby. Oh, what a day we've had. What a day we have had. Welcome to the Get Haunted Network. We are live and happening in a lot of places. We actually upload to Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, all that stuff. So you can find us anywhere. Thank you, co-producer. Thank you. That's the co-producer and the big boss. Don't say anything. Don't want him to know that. Got a Squatch-a-Tuchet shirt on. So listen, man. Listen. Check it out. Sorry. So I got sidetracked. Didn't take my meds today. Super pumped, man. Super pumped. I have Bill Bryan in the house. Not just a paranormal guy, but he likes the Bigfoot. Oh, yes. The Bigfoot. We're gonna talk. We're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna share some of his stuff, his works that he does. Dude, his work is insane, by the way. I want you guys to check it out. And not only that, he collects the Ouija board. So he collects them. And he has a whole bunch of them. I'll let him tell you how much. You already know the number, but can anybody? I'll tell you what. I'll give away a free book today. Whoever's closest to the number of how many Ouija boards Bill Bryan owns. You get a free book if you can write down. Give me a number. The closest one to it gets a book. All right. But I'm not letting it run the whole damn show. So numbers the whole time. I got shit to do. All right. Listen. We did a live today. Share with you what I found when I got home and I placed this bone right here that we found broken on both ends, bone marrow picked out. I'm going to share with you what I found on this bone. Stuck to the bone. Not exact. I'm not saying that it is what it is, but it's something exciting that we can, I don't know, maybe build on, right? Let's get the co-host in here, that Wojo guy. All right? So we can say hi to everybody. And then we're going to bring Bill right in because Bill's got a schedule, by the way. So I don't have him the whole time, but I have him most of the time. So we're going to get Bill in right away, too. So, Wojo, you know what? Let's bring Bill in.
Hello.
Hey, do you want to? Oh, you can do your boom. Go ahead. Time out.
Boom.
Boom! Let's go! What's up?
Hello. How we doing, Rich?
I got to do the reveal. Shit, the package is upstairs. I need the package. I'm on it. Good Lord, someone said. I was like, somebody save me tonight, baby. All right, let's stop. That microphone don't even work. It's just there for show because I love how it looks. $100 fucking knickknack. Great, right? All right, so listen, let's bring Bill Bryan in, and then we can say hi to everybody because Bill's going to go around 7:30. He's got shit to do, okay? And I was very, very, very fortunate. I asked him because I'm just getting my feet going again. I'm getting that blood and that passion going after all the stuff that we've been through as a family. So I was like, I just wanted Bill Bryan here. I've been wanting him here for a long time. So I'm going to look at the numbers in a minute, and we're going to send you out a free book. So Bill Bryan, welcome to the club, baby.
What is up? How's it going?
Look at his background. That shit's not right. He just showed my ass up on my own show. This is bullshit.
That is badass.
It is badass. So check
It's a muscular one, too.
Yeah.
It is. He's all jacked up. Watch out. So Shadow Side was first. What's up, Shadow Side? Should we send Shadow Side a book too for being first, you think?
Why not?
I have 8 more to give away. So from our friend Arthur Mills, www.candleface.com, donated 10 books to give away and sent me my own, by the way. He will sign it and he will send it to you. So I'm going to make sure that gets done for you, Mr. Rich Glidden, up in New Hampshire. You get a Candle Face book for being the first one here tonight, because you're never the first one here. So I was very proud of you for that, all right? Tell your wife we said thank you for letting you know we were on. Sugar Ray, Ramblin' Ray Robinson's here. What's up, bro?
Ramblin' Ray from Haunts and Legends. What's up, country? One time.
Shadow Side says LFG. What's going on, Shadow? Damien's here. He says LFG. And then Country Boy comes in and says LGF. Like, really, Country Boy? This is a family show, sir. I know what he's doing there. I know what he's doing there. I'm going to walk right by it because our friend Heidi's here. Hello, Miss Heidi. A lot of support from Heidi. Thank you for being here.
Hey, Miss Heidi. How are you?
Let's see. I got to watch the conversations they have with each other. Stacy Lynn, thanks for stopping by. We just had her out on the live. Jenny Davis, Sam's from Sam's Pretty Paranormal. Make sure you like and subscribe. And follow Jenny Davis, by the way, on Unturned Pages, Sunday night at 9 p.m. That's Eastern time. And let's see. Damian Smith, we said hi. Yeah. Oh, Damian says you have 312 books, boards. Shadow Side says you have 73 boards, which could create a problem real quick. He's got a book, so he's technically disqualified because I'm sending him a book anyways for being the first, right? Ramblin' Ray says 13. Country Boy says 20. Heidi says 37. Sam says 450. Sam, you been drinking tonight? Right? Animal says do the reveal. Animal, I sent you a message in Messenger. I don't know if you replied to me or not. She still says 450. Amber says 25. So we got to come down from Rich because Rich, you already got a book coming. So, Sam says 45. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, I retract the 450. She's blaming it on a typo, Bill.
Oh, right. I mean, that happens.
Yeah. So, 37 is Heidi. So we know where we're at, right? Because I don't see anybody else chiming in. So. Hi, Danny Marie. Danny Marie's in the house. Danny Marie, you dancing? Hey, Danny. That's it. That's your password. You can't come in. You can't. You only get one guess, Heidi. You already have a guess. You can't just keep guessing. I don't know what's going on in Colorado. They just let you keep guessing. What's going on here? So just like Pat Sajak would say, we have to take your first answer. Sorry. So. We got your first answer. I think you said 37. Sam said 45. I tell you what, we'll leave it open to 6:15, and then we'll send somebody a book. How's that? How many does Danny Marie have inside information on how many boards you have?
I don't think so.
Right? She might.
She's
no.
Oh, you know what? She might. Yeah, she has seen the museum. I don't think she counted, and I didn't have all my boards there when she saw it. But
right. But she could guess. I'm gonna. Yeah, Danny Marie. All right, I'll give Danny Marie a guess. All right. If you don't have inside information, you're an honest woman. I know that. Then you can get one guess on how many boards Bill Bryan has. That's a hobby, not the ones he makes and sells. Just as a hobby that is his, that you can't touch, like my shoes, for instance.
Yeah, my actual shoes. Collection.
His own collection. So Stacy says 50, Sam says 45, Heidi said 37 originally. So I can't change that. All right. So we got to do now. You know what's in here, right? Right, Mojo? You know what's in here, right? They all sent me. All right. So Haunted Legends podcast hosts have sent me a gift along with Wojo and Animal. So Ray Robinson, Sierra Dickinson, Wojo, and Animal. What?
Well, it's actually Animal, Haunts and Legends, Ray and Sierra. It was their idea. They asked me, it's a good time for you to do it. So Why don't you open up your gift because they care about you?
Okay. Okay. All right. So I have to reveal it live. I was supposed to reveal it on the live today, but I made them wait because they made me wait. Just kidding. I totally forgot. There was a lot going on.
Just come in, Dan. Andy.
The reveal is here. I don't think it's going to fit. Oh, my God. I fucking can't with you people.
Great job. That's sick, man.
Look on the side. I hate people, and Bigfoot is my spirit animal. They sent me underwear. Dude, I will wear these. I'll wear these tonight playing Fortnite. That's
really nice.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Sierra. Thank you, Animal and Wojo. Whatever you did, I thank you as well. So yes, so I love how I have Animal Paranormal on my ass crack and Haunts and Legends on my junk. That's nice. I love you guys. Thank you so much. They get me.
Wojo came down here looking through your underwear drawer the other day, and I should have known something.
Yeah, but I wouldn't give those big white ass ones either.
All right, awesome. So let's get going. Oh, Henry's
here. You want water?
So 11. We have one more guest that I already have in my head. I know what's going on, Bill. I'm watching it. We have 4 minutes left for you to guess how many Ouija boards. Thank you so much, Aaron. Thank you, guys. That just made my night. I can't wait to put them on. Actually, I might do it during the show. You never know.
It's family friendly.
I don't know, but Andy's trying to try on my underwear right now.
Yeah, right. Listen, anything that happens under the desk stays under the desk. All right, that's the way it goes. All right. So Bill Bryan is here, and I am super pumped to have you. You know the mutual respect we have for one another, and we've been wanting to do this for a while. And to me, it's truly a gift after going through what we went through as a family and losing my mom, and it just when I asked you and you said yes, I was like, oh my God, it just made dude, this is the time that this stuff like this is special. And then you have Bill Bryan on your show, and that's special to me. So thank you so much, because it was kind of short notice, and I can't thank you enough.
You are making me blush here, bud.
Dude, I'm serious, bro. We clicked right away when I watched you on the other show, and you know what I mean? We were kind of going back and forth. And
yep.
You just know, right? So what is your first love? I mean, you have been into paranormal. You were backstage. You brought up fairies. And then now, and Bigfoot as well. So, are you just into everything, bro?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm into the paranormal. We got the Ouija board collection. I do UFO stuff. I do Bigfoot stuff. I'm into magic and paganism and just all of that stuff. I'm into, which is really weird considering I'm an engineer, and most engineers aren't into that stuff.
Yeah, well, it's fun. Yeah. That's true. That's a good point, because an engineer almost thinks scientifically, right?
Oh, 100%.
Would you say so? I mean, because you're building something physical, and you believe in the physical, and that's it. But you are in everywhere. So what started first, though? When you were a kid, your memory kicks in. You run around the yards with your friends. Where does that start? You know what I mean?
Well, it kind of was
like
all there. So there's a lot. So I mean, I grew up in the early 90s. Everything on TV was UFO stuff. You had Area 51, you had the alien autopsy, all that stuff. I watched all that stuff. I watched all the X-Files. I saw a ghost when I was a kid. Me and my sister saw it, and me and my dad were always up in the woods, and I was always thinking Bigfoot when we were up in the woods. So all of these things are a lifelong passion.
That's crazy. So you had a little bit of everything, kind of. And when you see, now I saw a ghost when I was a child as well. It turned out it was my grandmother that I had never met. And it's a well-documented story that I've shared with plenty of people throughout my whole life. And the detail of it from an 8-year-old, even to this day, that my grandmother passed when my father was 13. And I described her right down to her limp and what she was buried, the clothes she was buried in. Their bun on her hair, the brooch around her neck, the ruffles that went with it. Like, the detail is, I still see it as I see you right now in my head. Is that how your encounter with a ghost happened with your sister and you?
Kinda, yeah. So me and my sister, we were outside, we were on our swing set, and we just saw a guy walking through the yard, and we just assumed it was a friend of my father's because my dad did taxidermy and woodworking and stuff. So there was always people coming and going to pick stuff up. So we just figured it's somebody that my dad knew. And then he kept on walking, and he walked right into the house, but he didn't walk through a door.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting.
We just he just kind of walked right through the wall of the house, and we're just like, what the hell just happened? I must have been about 9 or 10 years old when that happened.
Yeah. Wow. Now, was there ever a door there? Did you ever ask that? Did you ever think to ask your father, hey, was there ever a door there?
To our knowledge, no. Now, maybe sometime, long before my parents owned it, maybe, but there's nothing that we can see that says there was a door there.
Right, gotcha. It's just curious because that residual type haunts and stuff like that, where they kind of have to go through this loop that they unfortunately live in, and sometimes with older houses, things obviously get changed around. But it could just be the land, and there was a pathway at that spot that went to a barn out back, and you happen to build a house in front of it. So that could be as well. You know what I mean?
It could be
time stamping, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh! Hold the phone. The Queen is here.
Hey, Courtney.
Miss Courtney Peterson.
Hey, Courtney.
Oh! We love you. Thank you. Thank you for everything you do. We appreciate you. Smart thinking, Richie. Why, thank you. I'm actually smarter than I put off. I act like a complete donkey, but I actually have an IQ and some intellect. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Oh, it's 6:17. Do you want to reveal the winner? What's up, Jerry Swope?
Yeah,
like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, let's do that. Let's reveal the winner.
So I was looking through the numbers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Lisa Contraband Phillips was closest with 72.
You are correct, sir. That's who I picked as well. Lisa, you still here? Lisa.
Yeah, so I have in my collection 95 Ouija boards.
Wow. 95 Ouija. Now listen, now that you said that, hang on.
Cool.
Hang on. I got to get back. Oh, because remember, I'm stuck up on that weird, depends on the setup time in my studio. Yeah, let me know, bro. Joshua, if you're out there, sir, let me know, and I will make that happen for you. But after my show tonight, Animal Paranormal Podcast is broadcasted live from a haunted location, undisclosed, and he's going to do his podcast from that fucking event, man. You guys got to be there for that shit. So make sure you follow up after my show. 8 p.m. it starts, all right? And I'll remind you again because I know how you guys are. So Lisa Contraband, if you are out there, please message me. One well-placed hand. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Is that in your pants? Let's see. Oh, there she is. Yeah, Lisa. I need, make sure you send me a message on Messenger if you can get on Facebook, and then we'll talk, all right? And we'll figure out the way you want it done because Arthur Mills sends out the book directly to you. So that involves your address and your comfortability with that and all that stuff, okay? So, yes, congratulations. So 2 books we're giving away today from the Arthur Mills collection. One to Rich Glidden up in Shadowside Paranormal. Like and subscribe. And to Lisa Contraband Phillips, thank you for being here. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, everybody. We got to get those numbers up. Listen, I'm going to put this underwear on when you guys least expect it and show you by the end of the show, okay? All right?
Nice.
I won't even drop off stage. I'm talking like teenage backseat stuff. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Where is a do-rag?
So Big Andy's here. What's up, Big Andy? All right, cool. So this is what I want to do. I want to get over to Bill. Where am I? On Empty Casket, right? Oh, check this out. I'm everywhere, right? But I'm gonna do this. Hang on. Check this out. This is one. Now, this is something that you do as well, right? We're going to get into Bigfoot, by the way, before you go, because I want to talk about what we kind of touched on the other night when we were talking.
Absolutely.
But right now, this is what I want to do. No. That ain't what I'm doing. No. Window. There we go. So check this out. Bill, tell everybody about this board that I'm showing them. I'm sharing the screen with.
So aside from collecting Ouija boards, I do make a few of them and I sell them. And this is one of the most recent ones that I've designed to start selling. This is the Squatch board. So obviously you got Bigfoot, right down there at the bottom, walking around. The planchette for this is actually a foot. Like it's I took the Patterson Gimlin footprint and made that into used that as the outline for the board for the planchette.
The planchette. What's a planchette for people that don't know what a planchette is?
The planchette is the piece, usually heart-shaped piece that you use on the board. That's the part that actually moves onto the Ouija board.
So it's shaped like a Bigfoot.
Yep.
And it's the Patterson Gimlin shaped foot.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Fucking brilliant.
That's
awesome. You said one of these has a Richie B's name on it, you said earlier?
It does. Yeah. One of them's coming your way, bud.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, man. I'll have it right here in my studio. It's unbelievable. I'll have holy water on it and everything, but that's fine. I'm like, oh my God, please don't mess with me. No, I'm just kidding. So no, I think it's awesome. Now you make all kinds of boards, right? Now do you make them to order? Like people can just message you on Messenger? How do they do that? How do they get a hold of you to get a board?
So if you want a board right away, the best way to do that is actually come to one of our events, because then whatever I have currently available, I'll have there for sale. If you see a board that you want, so I have the Squatch board, I have an Aleister Crowley, Misfits, God, I got a couple others, and I'm just completely blanking on them. But you can send me a message, and we'll work that out. Or if you want something custom made, I can do that too. I've done that for a few people.
Yeah, I'm screen sharing right now. Maybe we'll. So this is your museum you bring along. Like, isn't this? You bring this to different events. This whole setup, don't you?
Yep. So this was our latest event. It was last weekend. We were at Phoenix Lane in Plymouth, Pennsylvania. So we were set up there for the day and did a lecture that evening and a seance. And in fact, I'm going back there tonight. That's why I got to duck out a little bit early.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm psyched. Roger, you see this stuff?
Yeah, Bill, it's very cool work, man. What would you say is your most gnarliest of the boards? What do you think is the most?
That guitar right there is pretty fucking gnarly.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, yeah. No way, dude. Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, I always have to keep an eye on that one. I've had way too many people offer me money for that. I'm worried somebody might walk away with it.
Yeah, I'd be nervous. Now, this is all your personal collection that you've collected from all over the world, so to speak?
Yes, sir. Yep. And we curate.
So do you get them all over the world? Sorry, go ahead.
The vast majority come from the U.S. and Canada. I do have a couple from England and one from Australia. But yeah, I'm trying to get as much of a collection as I can get my hands on. The hope is to someday actually have a brick and mortar place, that an actual museum that people would come and see the whole thing.
I freaking love it. Where do you get this idea to do this? Where does this come? Like, what you just sitting home? You're like, oh my God, I got it. Like, does that happen on the toilet? I mean, share with people. You know what I mean? Is this toilet thinking? Because toilet thinking is what I do the best. I come up with some crazy things on the toilet. You know what I mean? That's just me.
Oh, that happens. But no, this was not a toilet idea. This was so the museum was two things. One was justification for my collection.
Good point. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, and then the other was, when I started really getting into this, at being a paranormal investigator, there's people always come up to me. They have issues with Ouija boards. They don't want to touch them. They want to use them for all these different reasons. And as you kind of dig into it, you find out that a lot of those reasons are bullshit, and they all come from like movies and the internet stories, and none of them have any basis in reality. And then you start digging into the history of the boards, and a lot of what's given as history of the boards is blatantly wrong. So in trying to re-educate people and always, going through and well, here's what the actual history is. Here's how they're actually used. Here's, why you shouldn't be afraid of them. I just, me and Tanya, my fiance, we were talking one day and just like, we might be better served, rather than doing this one person at a time, if we did a museum and kind of curated it and gave the the history of spiritualism and the history of the boards, the myths and superstition, then we can kind of reach more people easier and re-educate based around the facts around the Ouija board, not just people's superstitions and things that Hollywood makes up.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, no, I think it's very interesting. Lisa has a couple good questions here. Lisa says, "How do you come across all these boards? Do you find them on the internet? Like, how do you find like who's are people posting shit on Marketplace that want to sell their Ouija boards? Like how does that happen?"
I've gotten some off of Marketplace. I've gotten some from yard sales. I've gotten some from antique stores. The vast majority came off of eBay.
Right. Oh, eBay must be a hot spot for these.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
It must be. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Now, what's the furthest one you have from United States? Just Canada, or is it one overseas, or did you have one shipped to you? I mean, did it kill people on the way? I mean, I'm sorry, that was from the movie I saw. Never mind.
So I have one from Europe. It didn't get shipped from Europe. It was in the U.S., but it was originally made in Europe and found its way here. And then I bought it used, and so
nice.
If I remember correctly, it was Austria.
Wow,
Austria. Okay, interesting. Now, what's the oldest one you have?
1901.
Wow, that thing has seen some shit.
Yeah, so that's an interesting one. The guy I got it off of. So he bought a house. There was a barn on the property. As he was cleaning out the barn, he found this Ouija board, and he's like, "Oh, rather than get rid of it, he's like, I'm sure somebody wants it." So he puts it up on eBay, and I bought it for about 1/10 of what it's worth. And that one's not leaving my hands. So I have no real history of it, but it's got it's just got something about it that everybody seems to be drawn to that one.
Well,
so you have a connection to these things. You can feel them. You understand. Like, as silly as it's not really comparable, but let's just talk as a collector as a whole, right? As a hobby or something. Well, do you have anything you collect besides souls?
No, I actually. I mean, I haven't really collected anything in a long time. I mean, just championship memorabilia from the Patriots stuff. You know, that's all. I don't do anything else other than Ouija boards or.
Yeah, but when you collect stuff, even if it's that, and I have shoes. I don't know how in good a shape they are because they're upstairs, but I was pushing damn near 90 pairs of shoes. You know what I mean? And it was like I had Vans and I have Nike and I have Converse. I love Chucks, all different types. You know what I mean? I love designs. They kind of call out to you, don't they? No matter what you kind of collect as someone that has a hobby, it kind of calls out to you, right? Even if you see regular memorabilia that 20 other people have, you're like, oh, I got that.
Yeah, because you always try to find something that everybody else doesn't have.
Yeah, there's I want what other people don't have, and then there's the iconic things that they just, if you're gonna have a collection, they belong in a collection.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what I like about like the show, American Pickers, right? Sometimes they do things and they're like, I just got to bring this to that museum because that's where it belongs, right? You find the spot that it belongs, so to speak, and now you've created a space where they belong, right? Yeah. Which is almost, I mean, it's a good move on your part, but you got support though. You think like, you brought up your fiance that. We got to have that as people, right? No matter who we are, no matter what we love, no matter what our passion is, it always is so much.
Yeah, without her, I wouldn't be doing any of this. Yeah, no, I have the ideas, the drive, the passion to move and do all this stuff, but without her backing me up, none of this would get done.
Yeah, see, that's what's amazing, and that's funny. You come on the shows, and I go on shows and stuff like that, and I don't ever want to forget to say that. That's something that, for me, the support is huge. You know what I mean? It's when everybody's involved, and you can rely on people, and that's okay. Go do what you got to do. Absolutely, you know what I mean. And there's no pushback. That just makes it so much more enjoyable. It makes it so the passion just blows out of you like that. You're like, oh, I gotta go do this. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna hear about it. You know what I mean? It's different, right? If you're thinking like, so kudos to you guys, and and her and all that stuff. So Damien wants to know where the hell that guitar came from and what's the story behind that.
So the guitar is a knockoff of a BC Rich Warlock, which is a guitar that I've wanted since I was 16 years old. And
Yes.
the guitar itself kind of fell in my lap. I got it really cheap. And I'm like, well, it's a knockoff and I got it cheap. I don't mind repainting it. I've repainted a couple guitars in the past. And this was right around the time my collection was really building and I need to have a Ouija board guitar. So I painted it to be a Ouija board guitar.
So you painted that yourself. So you're an artist in general, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So and that's a real guitar that you can play.
Yes, I play that one all the time.
Oh my God. That's just nuts, bro. That's just nuts.
That's pretty wild. Let's jam.
You must,
Eddie Van Halen.
Ronnie, what's up, Ronnie? I don't know where you've been, bro, but we've missed you, man.
Hey,
he must
Ronnie.
have the 1972 Parker Brothers version.
Oh yeah,
I think it's
I remember that.
printed Ouija board ever. Do you have one of those, or are you just bored with that shit?
I think I have 3 of them.
Oh, I'm sure it's a collector's item right there.
Oh,
I
any
definitely have at
musical
least
artist play
one.
through
Yeah. Any music artists play through you?
At least one.
No. Although that would be kind of cool to try to get Hendrix to play.
Oh yeah.
That would be pretty sick, right?
That, you know what? I've never actually thought about even trying to force that to happen. Now I kind of want to try to make that happen.
Yeah. You come on, listen, when you come on my show, Damien's a regular on everybody's show, but he's Damien, Claude, and we have a bunch of them, and we missed a Purple Blur. We changed shows, and he can't make weekends, but he was another one that would just hit hard with the questions, and they were awesome. They all have. And when you come on here, you're gonna either learn some shit or you're gonna try some new shit. Because that's what they do to you, man. Like Henry, for instance. Henry, you weren't on the live today, but we accredited you to bringing up the Geiger counter, looking for radiation in suspected Sasquatch activity areas. And lo and behold, we got some shit today that was pretty interesting. So we'll discuss that after when we get to the Bigfoot portion of the show. Well, that's right, Jim. We're going to get to the Bigfoot portion of the show. Back to you, Bob. Sorry, it's very random. I can't help it. So Lisa's late. Lisa, you have been suspended for 3 days. No investigations. Sorry. She's another member of Boots on the Ground Bigfoot Investigations, everybody. Well, that's pretty kick-ass, man. I love your collection. I think that's absolutely amazing, and I'm very blessed that you would send one my way. Now, how did you get that behind you? Did you make that? Is that a picture of a drawing? Is that AI? What is that behind you?
So that started off as AI, and then I modified it heavily to be what I wanted it to be.
So you can work with your artistic eye through AI to get things. Like I have my buddy AOS Chris Miller. You know him? He does all the sketches of the Bigfoots. Yeah, check him out. AOS Chris Miller. Just look him up. He's all over the internet. He's the guy. We did a live investigation of his backyard because he has Sasquatch activity down in oh shit, I just went blank. Is it Missouri? I think it's in Missouri. And he brought us out back, and during the show, I had Mike Tinsley on from New Hampshire Bigfoot Society at the time. I think he's freelancing now, but he was on the show. And then we had AOS Chris Miller go out and do this whole thing and show us all his Bigfoot activity live on the show, which was so cool. He was walking around with showing us shit, you know. That was an enjoyable show. But he has some pretty kick-ass animation he makes through AI/artwork. And then he'll sing and put his facial movements in there. And it's pretty wild. A lot of people they really love his stuff. He's quite the artist, and he's a veteran, and he's just someone I like and respect very much. So, but check him out. I think you would like that. Has anyone sent you Ouija boards? Okay, all right.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I got to.
So I have.
Oh, they have a tattoo. Oh, Jesus.
I have a board that a guy sent me. He was in upstate New York. Found out I was collecting them. Said, "Hey, my fiance said this board's got to go. I haven't touched it in 3 years." And he told me the story about the last time he touched it. He swears up and down that he contacted a demon and things are being thrown off the shelves around him. And there's shadow figures walking around. And he goes, "I swear this board is haunted and I just need to get rid of it. Do you want it?" Yes, I do.
Wow.
So I have that. I have that board now. That gets presented I keep it behind glass, more so to protect the board from people wanting to touch it, as opposed to protect people from the board itself. I've not felt anything off that board or anything, and but that's the story that goes with it.
You've had no incidences with that?
Not yet.
That's interesting.
Gotcha. Exactly. Something's going to pop up on the screen, but I'm going to knock it right down. Hang on, because I'm trying to do different things here. All right, there we go. All right. Well, I think that's pretty crazy. That's well, I guess that's it's a good question. I didn't think to ask it because I don't know. You don't feel an attachment. So you think if there was an attachment that it was directed towards him, like he sent you that board and that motherfucker's still in his house fucking with him.
Maybe he
got rid of the board, but I'm scared.
He sent me that board and a couple dolls that were creeping out his fiance, and he's like, "Do you want these too?"
Oh.
She said there's something attached to them. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take those too. I got a collection of haunted objects, and
yeah. Let me give it to Cynthia. I'll let you meet Cynthia. This is Cynthia.
Well, hi there, Cynthia.
Short. Her name is short Cyn, C-Y-N, Cynthia. So every once in a while, I'll come in and her head's kind of over here when I know it was over there. You know what I mean? So she just does her thing, whatever. She's not harmful or nothing. She's very pretty, right? You my friend? You good? Yeah, I'm going to sit you here tonight for the show. All right? No, you can't wear those glasses. She's Cynthia. She likes to put on these glasses when nobody's looking. So anyway, so yeah, the way I feel about that, and there's always like a lot of debate about that stuff, right? And it's funny because I think anything technically could be haunted, right? Do you feel the same in that sense? Do you feel it?
Well,
yeah, I just think
anything can be. Most things probably aren't.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I think
that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, most of the time when people think an object's haunted, they're the ones that are haunted, and they're just blaming the object because it makes them feel better.
Right. Yeah, I think so. I think so in that sense, right? So, so that's one thing I noticed, and it can, to me, like I said, it could be anything really. I mean, a spirit's free to do as they want. They are real. I've experienced them myself. We shared that at the beginning of the show. You know what I mean? So there's no doubt in my mind, if my grandmother showed up to me 3 nights in a row, dude, 3 nights in a row, walking towards me, knew my name, rubbing my hair, Richard, everything's going to be okay, is what she said. And I didn't even know what the hell she was talking about. You know what I mean? So if a spirit's capable of doing something like that, they sure are capable of roaming where they want and jumping into whatever they need to maybe get around town. I don't know. Maybe they're in the back of your car because they want to hit the 7-Eleven and grab a Slurpee. You just never know. You know what I mean?
You never know.
So anything's possible. Speaking of anything's possible, let's segue over a little bit if you don't mind, because my favorites is everybody knows my favorite topic, right? It is obviously Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when you were young, like you talked about how everything kind of tied in to this vast mind, really at a young age, I think. You know what I mean? Where did the Bigfoot like kind of peak in a sense, where you were like, all right, I believe in ghosts, you know what I mean? I believe in this, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I believe in Bigfoot. Were you out in the woods with your father? Did your father tell you a story? He's a taxidermist. Did he come over and stuff one and show you? I mean, like, how does that take place? You know what I mean?
So it started with watching documentaries on the Patterson-Gimlin film. They would pop up on TV from time to time, and I'd watch it. And then when me and my dad would go out hiking, I just had this fear that Bigfoot was behind a tree watching, waiting for an opportunity to steal me. And then as I got older, my interest in Bigfoot waned because I started to think it's not real.
Right.
And for the vast majority of my life, I did not believe in Bigfoot. My mind was changed listening to the Astonishing Legends podcast. They did a 6-part series on the Patterson-Gimlin film, 13 hours of podcast just on Patterson-Gimlin, where they dove so deep into it that I came out. I went into that thinking, all right, this is how, Bigfoot doesn't exist. They're going to show that Patterson-Gimlin film was a fake, because so that podcast is awesome. They really like dive into things. And while a lot of times, they still believe at the end, every once in a while they get to the point where they're like, yeah, this just doesn't seem like it was real. So I thought that's what's going to happen with this Patterson-Gimlin film thing. Nope. At the end of that, not only was I convinced that film was real, but I was convinced that Bigfoot was real. And then that sent me down a whole new line of research, and I started diving into all that. And so that was a good God, 4 or 5 years ago. And I've been all in on it ever since.
All in on it, man. Have you gone out doing some Bigfoot? You put on the boots and hit the ground? I mean, you out there in the woods? I mean,
not as often as I would like, but yeah, I get out there. I'm planning to get out tomorrow morning for it too.
And when's the
little Bigfoot in the morning?
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yes.
I mean, have you? No, I was saying is have you like heard like any, I don't know, any like tree knocks, rock clacking, any of that when you're out in the woods, or?
Yes. So there's been 2 instances where I've been out. Once it was me and my fiance. We just out on a hike in an area that we knew there was Bigfoot activity. We weren't there for that. We were just there to enjoy the hike. And on a whim, I decided to do some tree knocks, and I got a response. And then again, we got a response. We did the trifecta event with Get Haunted, which was ghost hunting at the Shanley, a CE5 event with the Pine Bush UFO Museum, and then we had Ronnie LeBlanc there, and we did a Bigfoot hike with him. And we ended up doing tree knocking, and we ended up getting a response from an area that, like, there. I mean, we were in a somewhat populated area, so trying to debunk it, and the area that the sound was coming from, there were no people in that direction. So we were pretty well convinced by the end of it that, yeah, that was a response to our tree knocks.
Yeah, and it's funny because I saw that clip, actually. I saw that clip of the response, and everybody kind of stopped and kind of went, like, same direction. Everybody heard in the same direction, and it was a quick pop. It was actually kind of a quick response as well. I mean, some of the responses you wait for, you don't even know if they're connected to your knock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've had them abruptly come back at me. You know what I mean? And know that they're responding to me in a sense. But I've also had them come back with a gap, time-wise, and I know they're talking to each other about me.
Right.
So to me, that's the difference. If I go and get one back, they're responding to me. If I go and we're sitting there, do, 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 and then there's one, then I'm like, oh, he's looking for his buddy. And then usually there's a back and forth, you know what I mean? Something like that. So have you ever seen a Bigfoot?
I can't say yes, but I can't say no either. All right. All right. So that same weekend with Ronnie LeBlanc, the trifecta, that same Bigfoot hike. All right. So we're hiking, we're going down the trail, and we're coming around a corner, and at the apex of this corner, there's a little path that goes into a field. I was very much drawn into that field. I wanted to go there really, really badly. I mentioned to, like, I just feel drawn to that field. Now, we were in a big group. We had a schedule to keep and whatnot because it was an event. So we didn't go into field. We kept on going. We do our tree knocks and all that stuff. And now we're heading back. And as we're heading back, we're getting up to this field again. And I'm getting that feeling to walk into the field again. This time, Ronnie and Scotty, the medium, who was also with us, they both perked up and said, yeah, there's something weird about that field. They wanted to go in there too. But again, we had things we had to get done. So we're not doing that. We're just walking past it. So as we're walking past it, my eyes are glued to that field. And I saw this really weird, like, shimmer or glimmer or something happen in the field, which I immediately stopped. And now there was leaves and tall grasses and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, I didn't see what I just saw. It was the grasses and the leaves going past each other as I walked past. And it was just a weird trick of the light. So I backed up 3 feet and I went 3 feet forward again. And then I did it again. And then I did it again. And then I lost my shit because I could not get it to recreate. And I'm like, what the hell did I just see? And so they're like, what the hell is going on? What are you freaking out over? So I explained what I just saw. Luckily, one other person saw it too, and she was just standing there dumbfounded. So I'm like, okay, it wasn't just me who saw it. And Ronnie starts laughing at me because I walked into that weekend. Bigfoot is a flesh and blood creature. While I'm open to the idea of it being something more than that, I'm firmly in the camp of Bigfoot's flesh and blood. And then I saw that, and Ronnie just like, so it looked like the Predator when he's cloaking. Like, yes, exactly. Yeah. That's what it is. He goes, yeah, that's what Bigfoot does when he's cloaking. And my whole world just shattered. I'm like, okay, now I don't know what the hell Bigfoot is. I may have just seen one cloaking. It could be something else. I don't know what the hell I saw. But yeah, I'm far more open to Bigfoot being something more than just flesh and blood at this point. That was a weekend that blew my mind for a lot of reasons, but that was one of them.
Yeah, no, that would blow my mind as well. And I've always been on the flesh and blood myself. And there's been things that have been happening to Wojo and I that we kind of been getting kind of stuck and leaning towards different interdimensional type stuff. And I've had a cloaking experience, I believe, along with my daughter at the time. And I think she was like, maybe 13, 14 years old. She was a little kid, And I've told the story many times. We were up in my backyard on the mound, and I heard something running at me, full speed. Boom, 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 boom. As real as I am to you right now, 100%. I'm standing there going, what the fuck am I hearing, And I didn't hear branches breaking. I didn't hear leaves scuffling. And it's all dense woods. I should have heard that. So my mind's processing this going, how come I'm not hearing the branches and the leaves? I'm just hearing the weight and the speed. And it was like this, And I remember looking at my daughter, going back to my paranormal days, to try to validate. So not to lead her on, but to ask her straight up, what are you hearing right now? She says, Daddy, I hear something really big running at me, but I can't see it. That's all I needed to hear. I said, hit the game. Hit the game trail. We're going home. I should have been able to see it. It had to be close enough to me. Now, you could get into infrasounds and you can get into different things, but either way, it was something that was kind of magical about Bigfoot as opposed to flesh and blood. So my mind has been pulled back and forth since I've started having my experiences in my backyard. And that was one of the incidences that I really, when I started the show, I didn't even really talk about it. It took me a little while to kind of go, okay, so all right, this happened to me. Like it really is something that it's an experience for my daughter as well. In her life, you can ask her, and that's part of her Bigfoot experience, So I don't know, Wojo, we've been going back and forth about this for a while now, and we do list some of the reasons why, and some of the greatest Bigfoot researchers that we've talked to. I don't need to mention their names at this point because that's up to them to say what they believe and not believe. We've been talking. Is it things leading you, Wojo, to something other than flesh and blood?
Oh my God! No, there are times. Yeah, I mean, like people say, like, how can we only see like one print? You don't see like a full track, or I don't know. Like 1 minute you're hearing like the whole woods is like ready to come down, and then that's it. There's nothing else. Like you don't see nothing running away or nothing. I don't know what to believe. People talk about interdimensional and portals and things like that, but it's just too much physical stuff that I see. I mean, Bill, like you're talking like, all right, so bones. All right, we found like several bones today, but then you're finding several footprints. I mean, we find multiple footprints more than ever now. Newer tree structures, things that are physical. Smell, a quick whiff today. Kind of, actually, it's funny because Big Andy. It's like, do you smell that? I go, I knew I smelled something like really dank and like, but it was like real quick. It was gone.
So let's think about this for a second, right? Because you guys are paranormal guys too. So if you take the list of Bigfoot related things, footsteps, footprints when there should be a lot more than what there are, knocking sounds, things being thrown at you, all like the whole list of Bigfoot related things. Now take all that out of the woods, put it in a house. You have a poltergeist. So who's to say Bigfoot isn't flesh and blood? And maybe what we're experiencing when we see the quote unquote interdimensional type Bigfoot, maybe that's a Bigfoot ghost or a poltergeist or some other, it's something
Or
Bigfoot
haunted
related,
forest.
haunted forest, or so there's something we're missing here, because a lot of times with the Bigfoot stuff, you get guys who are like, I'm in the Bigfoot's flesh and blood camp, or I'm in the Bigfoot is interdimensional camp, and very, very few people are in the why can't it be both? What if we're dealing with more than one thing here, related but not the same?
But my only thing is, Bill, is that people like are, I've heard people talk about aliens, and there's orbs, there's Bigfoot, things like that. Obviously, we're hearing and stuff like that. I obviously haven't seen any aliens, but what I find interesting, and I'm sure Rich will follow up on what I'm going to say, is that Rich and our friend Phil Anderson with 2 L's, they went out into his woods, and it's like it is like a little paranormal / Bigfoot, But Rich, you can explain all that. But that's where I'm kind of leaning towards. But as of like portals and things like that, and as for like other Bigfoot prints, I mean, we're seeing a lot of compressions, things like that. But then again, when they're walking, I mean, they just they walk so fast, I don't know, just not leaving that print. I don't know. I mean, it's like they're on their toes. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you as a hunter, and you're tracking an animal, there are times where the prints just stop.
Exactly.
Whether you're tracking a deer, a bear, or Bigfoot, like there are times when the prints just stop because something with the ground is different. Maybe it's more stony. Maybe you're in a wet area. Now you're coming to a dry area. There's a lot of reasons why the footprints will just stop. And that's the point. As a tracker, you need to stop looking for footprints and you start looking for other things that are disturbed in the area. And most people aren't trained to do that.
Well, that's why, I used to be a hunter for many years. And my thing is that, losing sight of, tracks, but also sticks, you look at the, trees, like, any branches broken, just trying to follow some sort of trail where that animal went.
Yeah.
But obviously it's not that easy. And I shot at a deer, following its blood, then the blood, everything just disappeared. But the deer leapfrogged into like 10 o'clock. It must have jumped like 20 feet. I mean, it just threw me completely off. You think you're going straight, but it actually went like a sharp left.
And then with Bigfoot, what's to say they can't jump high up into a tree and not be on the ground at all? We can't say what they are or aren't capable of.
Yeah, that's true. No, and I see a lot of that. And when Phil and I did the investigation of my property, go over to Exploring with Phil with 2 L's on his YouTube channel as well, TikTok and everything. And our investigation of my property is on there, and we did a paranormal investigation, and we had all kinds of EVPs happening out in the woods and different things. Like, I'm in the Bridgewater Triangle. He does investigations generally in the Bridgewater Triangle, in a sense. And we had a lot of activity out there that was paranormal. And it's like I say about the orbs and all that stuff. That's what I was saying earlier that I forgot about. If people are abducted by aliens, why can't Sasquatch be abducted by an alien? Why can't he be dropped back down to do things?
Do you want a weird story with aliens and Bigfoot?
Bring it.
I love weird stories.
All right.
We're not scared.
So as one of the, I mentioned that we deal with alien stuff too. So one of the things that we tried doing was to try to do the Estes method to contact aliens, which was highly successful. We filmed the whole thing. If you go on my YouTube channel, Empty Casket Paranormal, you can find it there. The first time we did it, I was crying by the end of it. I was absolutely terrified. It was, like growing up, my biggest fear was being abducted by aliens. So this got really real really fast. And fears that I thought I was over, found out I'm not over those fears. But one of the things that happened during that first session was they gave us a date and time to do it again. So we did it again. So our second session, I'm like, all right, one of the things I'm going to ask about is Bigfoot. you know, because I want to know, is Bigfoot related to extraterrestrials? Because I know a lot of people who think they are. And the response that I got was, when I asked about Bigfoot, was, "Oh yeah, we study him too." So yeah, so aliens, if all this is real, if you believe any of this at all, they're not just here abducting humans and doing experiments on us and studying us. They're doing it to Bigfoot too. So when people see UFO activity and then a Bigfoot, maybe the two of them aren't related. Maybe they're just dropping him back off.
Well, that's one of my theories that I have, and it's funny you would say that, because you see like the mutilations of the animals and things like that. So there's many things being studied. I truly believe. I mean, for us to think that they're on aliens, first of all, is just silly, and to have him not relate, and maybe Bigfoot turns into a willing participant, and that's why he kind of comes back and forth in that sense. So I have an open mind to that stuff. My thing is this. I would lived on my property since 2002. I started getting activity, and it was all to do with the physical. I could hear the walking. I could hear the breaking of trees, snapping of huge trees, knocking over of trees, watch the trees get knocked over, physical knocking on trees. You know, I would go out there just in the morning, have my coffee. I go, whoop, and then whoop, right back at me. I'm like, all right, good morning, guys. You know what I mean? It was a very weird relationship. It was a very strange, secretive thing that was happening to me that I didn't share with anybody. In fear of ridicule and fear of people coming to my property when I had 2 little kids growing up on it. So, you know, there were all these things. So everything for me, and I think that it pertains to everybody's experiences about everything we do, paranormal, whatever it might be. Whatever your experience is going to gear you in that direction. For me, the key is, as locked in as I am on a physical person, being, is that I have to remain open-minded. Because when you break it down, I'm trying to convince people that a bipedal possible monkey is in the woods making tree structures. So who the fuck am I to talk if someone tells me that they saw Bigfoot come out of an orb, or, you know, or he cloaks, or whatever he might do, because I'm over here trying to convince you that he makes amazing structures out of sticks. So
yeah, I mean, the bottom line is we don't know. So there's a lot of thought, there's theories. Some of them are most of them are probably wrong, but the bottom line is we don't know which ones are wrong and which ones are right.
It's just totally different areas of I don't know, like, you know, in Pennsylvania, and, you know, we're out here in Mass and New Hampshire. It's just different landscapes of we just don't know. I mean, but you know what? I'm not going to kind of crap on somebody and not believe their stories.
No, never.
Because we just don't know. Yeah. And you're exactly right.
Yeah, and we don't. Yeah, and we don't do that. When we do our live investigations, one of the things I will say, you can have debate with me all you want. I don't want no disrespect. I don't want nothing rude, nothing mean, nothing nasty. Don't make fun of the way I research. I won't make fun of the way you research. I'm going to turn over every stone, every leaf, every tree. We have no scientific evidence of this creature. And I'm going to take a Geiger counter out there like I did today, and I'm going to try to see if radiation and anything at all is possibly related to this creature. Because if you could show me what scientific evidence we have, don't come at me with we have DNA, it's unknown. Because guess what? It's DNA and it's unknown. Therefore, we have no scientific evidence of this creature, period. So if you go out there and you say, I saw one come out of an orb, I'm not over here going, yeah, okay, fucking crazy person. You know what I mean? Because I'm crazy too in my own right. So and as a researcher, I want to remain open to everything. Everything. We don't have any evidence. Remain open-minded to every possibility.
And then you go wherever the evidence points you is where you go. And far too many people are very closed-minded, and they're just like, and they'll say, oh, I'm very open-minded because I believe in the paranormal. No, a lot of people who believe in the paranormal are closed-minded, and they're like, this is the way it is. This is what we do. And it's like, well, no. Recently somebody asked me if I could give one piece of advice for any paranormal investigators, what would it be? And it was listen to everybody and trust nobody. Listen to everybody, because everybody has their own take on things. None of us know the truth of it. Learn as much as you can from everybody and find out what works for you. Trust nobody, because nobody knows the truth of things. And just because it works for them doesn't mean it's going to work for you. try it out. If it works, great. If it doesn't,
Very
try
well
something
said,
else.
Bill. Yeah.
Yep.
And,
No,
and
I
Bill,
agree 100%.
it's like we
100%.
talked about the zingers, right? I mean, again, we're just trying to. All right, so we put them in a container. Why? Because we want to see if there's any physical activity that they are, having to open physically the container, and then maybe do a fingerprinting or something like that. Either people will believe us or not, but at least we're trying to broaden our thoughts on, of any type of sort of evidence and things like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
no
try-
one's going
you
to find
try
anything if you don't go look.
we try everything and anything.
Right.
And that's
That's
why
why
I
we
like
named the
talking
group-
to other people about this.
Yeah.
That-
Absolutely.
and that's why we named our group Boots on the Ground Bigfoot Investigation. So don't sit at home.
Sorry.
People ridicule. I'm like, well, where's your boots? Oh, I don't own any. Well, then shut up.
Oh
You know what I
shit!
mean? Like you got to
Get off the
Get out
couch.
there and look, man. You
Well,
gotta get out there and
even
look. So
the Bigfoot hike that I'm planning for tomorrow morning is very
Tell
much
us.
out of the realm of flesh and blood Bigfoot. I'm going to hike a mountain that I've been trying to reach the top of this mountain for like 6 months now. It's really, really steep. It's a really big mountain. I haven't quite made it yet. So I'm going to try again tomorrow. But while I'm doing it, I'm going to try doing a meditation while using a meditation to connect with Bigfoot to try to get him to come to me as opposed to me go to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to try using the language of the natives from this area. I spent a couple hours earlier today trying to find what they called Bigfoot or things that were Bigfoot like. What were the names that they used for it? I'm going to try it tomorrow and see if anything happens. Maybe nothing will happen. Maybe I'm going to have a profound experience. I don't know. It's worth a shot. Worst case scenario, I have a nice hike.
Or you can meditate in Richie in his new boxes, the shirt off.
Yeah, just imagine that. That'll help you focus.
I don't know about focus.
Bill's got nothing. Bill's like, I was talking alien and paranormal. And, yeah, we went right back to horror. Thanks. Damien wants to know what you prefer. Sorry it took so long. It was an interesting conversation. So what do you prefer to hunt? Or is a passion equal across all fields? Which is another great question. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's kind of equal, but changes over time. So there's period of time where UFOs are my primary focus, and that's what I'm doing most of my stuff on. And then I'll go to Ouija boards for a little bit, and then paranormal investigating, then Bigfoot, and it kind of jumps around a little bit. Like every couple months, it changes up. They're always there in the background, so you never know when one's going to jump to the foreground. But I just I really feel like there's a purpose for me at the end of the road with the paranormal. So I'm letting the paranormal lead me to where I need to go. And sometimes it's Bigfoot, sometimes it's UFO, sometimes it's aliens, sometimes it's Ouija boards or spiritualism or, any other kind of weird high strangeness stuff.
A nice mixed bag of it. Yeah. I mean, it's great. Yeah. It's a good balance.
Totally.
Keeps me from getting bored.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Bored. No pun intended. How much crossover do you use from hunting Sassy? He's in Scotland, as we know, to hunting spirits, or does your method differ for each? Say so. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. So for a long time,
tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow is going to be a mixture. For a long time, Bigfoot was one way, paranormal was a different way. When we had the trifecta event, we did an EVP session while doing tree knocking. And we got an EVP as Ronnie LeBlanc was doing the tree knocking. Rob got an EVP that told us to get out of there, that we're not supposed to be there, which was true. Right. We were in an area that we weren't supposed to be in. But so, experiencing that and then seeing the thing in the field, I'm like, I want to bring a REM pod with me to go Bigfoot hunting or cat balls or EMF meters. Or let's see what happens.
Yeah, right. Or what about like the method we just talked about and virtual viewing and stuff like that? I've heard. I think it was Stacy Tallish brought that up about putting the blindfolds on, blocking your ears, and and kind of like talking to Sasquatch that way. And I believe he says he's done that before. So I mean, that's something that, why not, right? Again, why not?
Absolutely.
What does it hurt? It doesn't hurt anything.
I mean, could do the Estes method and try to do it. The Gansfield experiment, try to do it. Meditation.
Yeah. You could mix it up.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of cool ways. There's a lot of cool ways you could do this because, you know, for me, I've always felt that I've had a spiritual connection with Sasquatch in my property, right? Especially after the gift and stump. The gift and stump is something that just opened things up for me, and I felt more spiritually connected and safe in their presence. And I've been flanked a few times by, and I'm talking within, you know, maybe 70 yards each way, and close, where I could hear them I could hear them just alter their direction. I could hear the movement of their feet. You know what I mean? I understood that they were communicating with each other about me on at least 3 different occasions, and me and Wojo have had similar things, not as close, I don't think. But the flanking started to the point where I called it beforehand, even on video, on a live, where I said, oh, they're going to come and get him, because we walked up on one and he was about 60 yards from us, probably less, I think less, and just ran through the woods at dusk. He just ran through the wood, boom, 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 shit breaking everywhere. And we were like, what the fuck? And then we knew that he was kind of cornered, and we know the area. It was in my back property. We know that area that he couldn't really get out. The dog started going crazy over there, which we talked about afterwards. We thought it might have been infrasound that got the dog going in order to distract us. And I looked at Wojo and I said, they're going to come get him now, because I knew that his family was going to come get him, because I've seen this act before out back. And sure enough, boom, we got a whistle straight.
Yeah, it was
ways away
sonic
in an opposite direction. Yeah, so I said, there it is. I go, here we go. I knew it was happening. And then one behind me did something, and I snap around this way. And every time you snap around, he gets to wiggle. He gets to wiggle his way out of there. You know what I mean? So that's, to me, that was the whole process. So, you know, again, a physical act. And it, you know, it's hard sometimes when you experience so many physical acts to open your mind up. And I'm the most open-minded as a person you'll probably ever meet. I'm off the fucking wall, you know what I mean? So there's nothing that really scares me. Like, I see Bigfoot, I go towards him, you know, like I can't help it. You'll see me on the lives where I shouldn't go anywhere, but I'm like, I gotta go, you know. I've even had Henry going, yo, bro, you got kids. And I'm over here going, yeah, I know, but you know what I mean? Off I go. To the point, I guess, is stupid, but hey, it's Claude, by the way. So, but yeah, it's been amazing in that sense. Maybe play some sound frequencies. There's an idea, Heidi. I think that's kind of neat. Maybe do different pitches and stuff. I think that's a great idea.
Or maybe invite Bill in the woods and bring that guitar and just play out in the woods.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I've done that. I've brought an instrument with me on a hike and just sat there and just played, just to see what comes. Right. And it's amazing how many animals show up if you go into the woods and you just sit there quietly and you just play a song. Animals just kind of show up.
Hey, Kelly.
Right. Like Disney, like effing Disney. You got a Ouija board guitar and you're looking for a bipedal creature 8 feet tall, and you're like, so you don't play like you're like, motherfucking Bigfoot. You know what I mean?
Play an eruption, you know. But Bill, like, it sounds like to me, I think I already know the answer, but I figured you could share it with everybody, is that when you do go out in the woods and you are like Bigfoot, I mean, you feel those sense of urgent of how do I want to put it? Like, you just feel safe even with them around somewhat, that you don't feel like, you know, I mean,
with them, yes. There's other things in the woods that I don't feel safe around, but with Bigfoot, yeah. I was at Salt Fork State Park in Ohio. Just about a month or two ago, I was out there, and you could feel their presence. They're all around.
Thank you.
And they don't. I didn't see anything. I didn't really have much of experience. It was more like sensations and feelings and stuff, which I know is a little bit more woo-woo than some people are comfortable with, but I don't care. And it felt safe. It felt more like they were more unsure about me, and they're not sure if if I was trustworthy enough to make their presence known.
Right. I mean, granted that me and Richie got, we got spooked twice, but the first time around, granted I was scared, but the second time around, and I think that with the gifting and everything else, and when we started coming into the woods, we're immediately getting responses like that, either tree knocks or something's moving, and then you get rock clacking. Usually we don't get that until we start to go deeper in the woods. So I'm starting to think like, they sense our smell. Okay, they're probably going, here comes those two guys again. They got treats, So the second time around, as much as like I almost crapped my pants, but
It is.
I'm your friend. I got more zingers, But I was like, at the same time, I was like, I was actually not as scared because look, they would have came right up. It came right at us.
Oh yeah.
But the amazing part was that after it's done, me and Richie like, because it was shocked. But I could still hear them moving. I'm like, they're still moving. They can hear the loud sound. And then I whistled, and they whistled back. So to me, that was like assurance. Like, I think that they probably think, hey, a couple of cool guys that, hey, but, we're showing appreciation and passion. But it'd be nice to like, hey, what's up? Shake hands.
Well, it's like any kind of paranormal investigating. You go to the same place over and over and over again. Eventually, you start to build a relationship with those spirits, and they become more comfortable with you. They're more willing to talk to you. They're willing to get closer to you. Or when you ask for the knock or to knock something over, they're more willing to do so.
Well, kind of like Rich, like what he's going through at his backyard. It's that neighborly thing. You don't want to have like bad neighbor to bad neighbor, because obviously Richie would lose. But obviously, being that good neighbor, that's what I think. That's what we're building on that relationship. Where Richie's already had that at the back of his house, and I think that going to the college university area, we're building that friendship. And
we name the areas so we know where we're going, and it's still kept kind of secret. So we just name them.
Sorry about that. Thanks.
Yeah, one's the college, one's the university.
Yeah. Oh, like the area that I hunt. If you heard me and the guys talk about the area that we hunt, you'd think that we're drunk off our asses because of the way that we name things.
Oh yeah. That's what we do. You know what I mean? And for me, it started out with when I was in my yard. I came across small little baby structures like leaning up against trees, and it made no sense. There was just sticks that weren't part of that tree that were just all the way around it, like a little teepee going around a tree. And then I'd see other little structures, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I go out further, and this area was just torn apart, big structures, no bark, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, oh, so that's the kindergarten, that's the high school. So as we've gone on, now we're over in this other location. Now we're at the college and the university. So it's just kind of that's where it was kind of fed from for me. And the things that has happened to me in my house, like for instance, while you're here, we got like 15 minutes with you. I want to show you because we touched on structures a little bit, and structures are iffy with me as well. For one, they're very hard to take a picture and make as proof, right? So here's one here I want you to see, right? So you see on the right, that's in my backyard. I call that the dream catcher. And a lot of people have seen this one, and I've talked about it a lot. But it's such a structure that you can't blame it on the wind. You can't say a human went out there. It's just, and then to research it and find it on the cover of a book, which is named A Field Guide to Sasquatch Structures by Christopher Noel out of Vermont. You kind of go, oh shit, someone else has already seen something like this, because to me, those two are very similar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
now we had something very similar to that when we were doing the trifecta hunt, like in the area that we did the tree knocking. We had a bunch of branches that were kind of propped up, and they didn't look like they just fell that way, because the way that they were woven together. And it's like that just doesn't happen. That's done by somebody.
You gotta have thumbs.
Yeah, you gotta have thumbs. You have to purposely do that. So it's I couldn't think of a reason. Like if it was a small little thing, you got a hunter that got bored, or you get a one thing here, one thing there, and they're kind of in a line. Okay, maybe it's a hunter who's putting up markings for them to follow it when it's dark out. but we had so much in such a relatively small area, and then the woven branches were so big. There's no way 100 did that. So yeah, I had no explanation for it.
And we have pictures of that, like braided trees and stuff, and things that are so light, but yet they're like bent up a tree. There's a big, huge like U, and the rest of it goes straight up a tree. That's something that you put up against a tree and then slowly pull down. There's just not enough weight or ice to shape it and pull it down like that. It's just not there. It's just not possible. And even with the more mild winters we have now in the Northeast, it's just not happening. So it's not. When people come out and they want to, shoot you in the ass because you're talking about structures, I'm like, man, I'm not a Bigfoot guy. Everything's not fucking Bigfoot to me. But when I stand there and I try to scientifically explain away Mother Nature, I try to scientifically explain away tree fall, and I try to scientifically explain away the magic whirlwind, and I'm still left with a question. To me, that's something, because I'm not an idiot. I'm not an exaggerator. I'm not a liar. I'm not a drama queen. I'm none of those things. This is very serious to me. Something approached me in my yard. I didn't go looking for it because I watched, no offense to anybody. I wasn't watching Finding Bigfoot going, I got to get out in those woods and see if he's there. It wasn't like that for me. It was an interest of mine. I was a paranormal investigator. So, of course, I'm open-minded to everything. But when someone was walking around my effing woods at 10 o'clock at night snapping trees, and I have 3 acres of land that abuts 94 acres of conservation, and there's a river a mile out, and there's a path that the granola people made. But it's like, before that there was nothing. It was just all wetlands, man. It was hardcore Vietnam, like thick shit. And I'm like, there's nothing out there, man. Nobody's out there. It made no sense to me. So my passion might be different than others because it was brought to me. And I'm not saying it's better than others. I'm saying it's different than others. You know what I mean? You can have different.
Every one of us gets into this for a different reason and done in a different way. And whatever brings you in was done, in my opinion. It happens that way for a reason, because that's the way that it had to happen for you to fall as deep as you're going to need to fall.
Yeah, and that's, when I went out there with Dave McCullough, who's the co-founder of Squatchachusetts, and he's a very well-known investigator in my area and across the country, really. He's been out to the West Coast with Bobo and all them, and he's part of the BFRO, and he's just a really stand-up dude, man. And when he came to my property, we sat there and listened to them do samurai chatter back and forth. We listened to it. We were leaving. We put our bags away, and we were talking about the investigation and the structures that we had found. And I asked him, you think my house is, my area is like squatchy, which is a horrible phrase, but viable for, resources for a giant creature to live is more like it. And we were talking about it. And then all of a sudden, honest to God, Bill, we sat there, 3 of us sat there, no electronics going, nothing. And they started going back and forth. And they were literally like, they were talking. Like 60 yards from us, right fucking there, bro. Right there. Wow. One here, bro. We heard it. I was there with the co-founder of Squatchachusetts, and a local folklorist and author. It's a real thing. It really happened to us. And people say you're a knower if you heard that. I said, I absolutely, like a goosebumps, man. Look at my arms. Like it's still so real, man. And for anybody to say that, for me to have that experience with somebody as stand up as Dave McCullough is, I didn't need a recorder because, sure, everybody listen. Who cares if you listen? I don't care if you can listen. I don't care if you believe me. I don't give a shit. I'm not that guy. You know what I mean? You can go to Samurai Sounds, right? They're already recorded, the Sierra Sounds. And in there is the samurai chatter that Dave and I heard in my backyard. So I know they're there. I don't even have to see one now. I know they're there. They had a language, bro, and they talked back and forth. The first one did a whole sentence. Then the second one was bigger, and he picked right up where that one left off, and he was like, and he was animated. And then that other one picked up, and it was a lighter voice, and it was like, and then the second time it was done, when it was done, it sounded like a tree knock, but I don't believe it was a tree knock. I believe it was a chest pop. The first one, when he was done, he goes, she goes, who doing it? And then goes, like a big, it was loud. You know, imagine their lungs and their chest, right? Like Gorilla Mountains that went undiscovered forever did, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the second one picked right up when that knock came, that chest pop. And he picked right up and was like, back to the other one. And when he finished, he did the same fucking knock, bro. The same knock. That means we are no longer talking, end of discussion. We've walked them out of the woods. They're going to go now. That's basically what was happening. They walked us out of the woods. I heard them walking.
They were arguing with each other over how they were going to eat you that night.
Right. And and it's funny, to the point that we were just discussing, they could have killed us. And I actually reached for my phone to record it and said, I'm a dead motherfucker if I pull this out, because they don't know what it is. If they do, I don't know. But I'm taking a chance. Or I ruined the experience that they're giving us. And when I left there, I turned around and thanked them and I waved. And Dave looks at me and goes, you know why they're here, bro? And I go, why? He goes, they're here because of you. And I said, what? It was such a profound statement that I wouldn't know what he meant until almost a year later, when I was like, oh my God, I have a connection with these creatures. And I truly do. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I know I have a connection with them. And they could have eaten me at any time. They flanked me 3 times. I was by myself checking my camera. And they were like, oh yeah, camera bitch, we're going to eat your ass. You know what I mean? They could have just killed me. They didn't kill me. They had no business to kill me. They didn't want to kill me. They were like, that's a good dude. You know what I mean? So check this one out, right? Same thing, right? This is the book on the right. And I know you got I got 9 minutes with you, right, Bill?
Yep.
9 minutes, 9 minutes. This microphone don't work. It just looks really cool. So the one on the right is in the book, and the one on the left is in the backyard. It's called the Asterix.
Yeah, I mean that's what we saw. That's pretty much exactly what we saw.
That's what we consider this thing.
Well, that's the other thing, right? Well, that's the other thing, though, is that these things are seen, in different places. It's like, Mother Nature is not just magic whirlywinds are not going to go, hey, let's do that Asterix things again, but definitely in Pennsylvania this time. Okay, sounds good. Go ahead. Again, that microphone don't work. But anyways, so check it out. Now this is me and Wojo in the wintertime. Look at that bad boy in the middle, bro. That's in my backyard.
Wow.
That was like almost
crap.
That's the 17-inch one, bro. I showed that to my 13-year-old. And
17 by 7.
Yeah, I said, what is this? And he goes, oh, that's a foot, Dad. And I go, how is that a foot? He goes, I can see the toe separation. My 13-year-old told me that.
You know what you need? You need a portable 3D scanner, so you don't have to worry about castings. You can take a 3D scan of it.
Richie already has that.
I have a Scaniverse on my phone. Yeah, Alex Petticoff told me about it, like last year up at the Leominster Paracon or whatever the hell it was. But so we do scan things, but I didn't actually have it at this time. And this one I didn't really need it because you can just look at it and see what that is. And it was me and Wojo. I was like, dude, it snowed out. It's freezing cold. Everything's frozen. Let's go out now. We got to be able to find something in the snow. And sure enough, there it was. And this was part of us like a 16-foot trackway. And this was the most defined one. All the other ones were kind of broken up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I saw. Go ahead.
The amazing part, Bill, is look at the bat. Richie was doing a tree knock. He broke the bat. And all of a sudden, we're laughing as we turn around. That's when he found that footprint right behind. It was just a weird coincidence that where we were, breaks his bat. Wow, what the frig? And then all of a sudden you turn around, boom. What the hell is that? I go, geez, that looks like a footprint.
Wow.
Right. And real quick before you go, so what we do is we follow our subjects by measuring their feet, right? So this particular print is 17 by 7. We have compressions because I deal with compost. Compost is very hard. You're not going to be able to cast compost. You're going to get a bunch of leaves stuck to plaster. So we don't get those chances. So we go by measurement. So we measured this guy. We basically followed him around at 17 inches, 7 wide. And then there's another one, 14.7. And we have them kind of documented like that so we know who we're dealing with. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a cool way to do things as well, So it's pretty awesome. So Bill, where can everybody find your shop now? Are you just on Facebook? Do you have a YouTube? Can you tell everybody all your stuff where you have everything?
Sure. So you can find us. I'm most active on Facebook. You can find us under Empty Casket Paranormal. I also have a YouTube channel, Empty Casket Paranormal, or Instagram, Empty Casket Paranormal. Then I have 2 websites. EmptyCasketParanormal.com has my store where you can buy merch, get ghost hunting equipment, which we didn't talk about that at all, but I do make ghost hunting equipment. And I think I have some boards for sale up there. The Squatch board is not up there, but if you're interested in it, just send me a message and we'll work that out. And then we have ectalkingboardmuseum.com, which is my my virtual talking board museum. And then you can have all of our events up there. And there's still a lot going into that website. I'm still adding to it, but you could see almost all 95 boards that I have are up there. I have a handful that I haven't put up there just yet. I think I'm 5 or 6 short of the full 95 up there, but you could go take a look at everything I got.
That's amazing. So you actually make paranormal equipment as well?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yes. I apologize. I didn't get that. I didn't get that memo. I think I've heard it though. I've heard it through the paranormal grapevine.
Yep. I do all kinds of repairs, custom equipment. You know, whatever you need, let me know. And if it's something that I can do, then we'll work something out. So
if you have any kind of paranormal equipment out there, Rich Glidden out of New Hampshire there, bro, Shadowside, you have any questions with your equipment, talk to Bill Bryan. You know, I'm sure he could send you a message on Messenger and you guys will work something out and help each other out. Anybody else out there, same thing, right?
Absolutely.
No, I think, listen, I think this has been amazing. I know you got to run. I know you got stuff to do. You're a busy dude. You're going to set up your museum somewhere right now. Is that what's happening?
It's not the museum. We're going to do an investigation tonight at Phoenix Lane because last week when we were there, a lot of weird stuff was going down and they want to get some answers. So we told them we'd be there tonight to find some answers for them.
Go get some, Bill. Go get some. I love it.
Yeah. Listen, so go, absolutely. Go get some, man. I want you back on the show in the near future, bro. And more
Whenever
than that,
you want
I want
me,
you to
let me know.
I appreciate you, Bill. I want you to come up to the Bridgewater Triangle and throw them damn boots on and be part of our boots on the ground investigation
100%.
crew, man.
100%.
Dude,
for that. I can't wait.
That would be epic. That would be absolutely epic. So let's keep in touch. Go do your thing. Be safe tonight. All right. I'm going to continue on about 15 more minutes of my show. We're going to talk a little bit about animal paranormal. We're going to talk about what happened in the woods today. So please stay tuned for that. Bill, we're going to let you turn you loose so you can go find some ghosts and whatever else you might find out there.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on, Richie. It's been
real
great
pleasure meeting you, Bill.
Yeah, you too, Wojo.
Bill, thank you.
Thank
you so much, brother. Please be safe tonight, my man.
I will. Take
Bill
care, guys.
Bryan, everyone.
Bill Bryan, everybody. Let's go.
Let's go, Bill. All right.
That's awesome. Bill's a good dude for doing the show, man. I'm
very,
so grateful
very
for
cool,
that.
dude.
That was an absolute great show. But the show is not over, folks, okay? I want to accommodate Bill for his graciousness on coming on the show. And I didn't want to be like, oh, sorry, it's a 2-hour show. I'm not like that anyways. We have plenty to talk about. We have Big Mouse. Bill was absolutely awesome. You guys were awesome for the questions you asked. Now let's get to that little piece of evidence that I found when I came from that live today, right, Mojo?
Let's go, Rich.
Remember, at the beginning of the show, I told you I grabbed this bone that we found that's broken on both ends, shattered today in the woods. If you were on that live, you saw me find this bone. Okay? Anybody here that was there? Speak up, because you saw me find this bone on live YouTube, okay? You can see where the bone marrow has been dug out. There's still some in the middle. It's heavier than the other bones, right? And it's big. And again, it's shattered on both ends. This is not a one-end break. This is a double-end break, okay? When I came back, okay, I put this right here. I put it right here when I got home. All right? And now, hang on. I'm going to come around to the camera and show you.
This is when Richie calls me out of the blue.
Yep.
I was floored.
First of all, I want to show you.
Yeah, baby! Hey, give Animal a twerk. Whoop, whoop. Don't, you'll split them.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's wear some.
All right, check it out. Check it out. Ready? You guys see that? Let me get a good light on it. Oh, where is it? It was lit up before. What happened, Woj? There we go.
Oh,
You
look
see
at that.
You see that line right here? You see that? Right here?
That looks like the thicker part, is it, Rich?
Dude, that right there is about a 3 to 4 inch hair that was stuck to that bone when I put it down. It was stuck to that bone. Why did you do that? What, put my underwear on? Oh. Because this is the underwear that they got me, and I wanted to show them, and I told you I was going to be able to put this underwear on during the show. All right?
Who's asking you that?
Going on, I was changing. See? There we go. See?
It's off. If I didn't have a guest here, I'd be doing the same thing. Oh, wait a minute.
It's just Andy.
Andy's going, no.
Now, listen, thank you guys for my amazing underwear. I'm very happy. All right, so
truck. We're having fun now. I find it like very fascinating, like that that something like that stuck to it. But we don't know what it is.
No, we don't know what it is. We don't know what it is.
But the thing is, though, I will say this is that I'm debunking the deer because deer are short-haired, and for their fur, you're talking about an inch and a half length tops.
Oh yeah. There was a bone. Matter of fact, there's another hair right now stuck to this. It's right here. It's a little. I don't know what it is. It's right there, bro. Where'd you guys go? Where'd my stream yard go? You there?
Yeah.
No. Where'd it go?
You still says live.
Yeah, no, it's my bad because I put it back. I put it down somewhere and messed it all up. All right, hang on. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Hang on. I got a link a copy. There we go. I'm sorry. That was my fault. It had nothing to do with StreamYard. That was just a straight up Richie screw up. Let's go. Oh yeah, listen. If you left the show, you're a fool because I got shit up my sleeves, yo. Called pipes. What's up? No, just kidding. So listen, I got some magical underwear on now that my friends bought me. Let's see. Oh no, it wasn't for that comment. Okay. So yeah, so we have a hair that was stuck to the bone that we found today. Okay. Yeah, that's a great idea, Damien. I'll get out my Scaniverse and we'll scan the bone entirely on the inside and everything because I am curious to see if there's like long fingernail marks or something in here because you could see that it was dug out where the other ones are completely emptied. This thing is hollow, man. You can almost see through it, but it's a one-sided break, right? Don't mind my fingernails painted because that's my mother's favorite color, and my daughter wanted to paint my fingernail for my mother. So,
but to the audience too, Rich. I don't know if you still have. Do you have the other bone?
Well, I got all the one. I didn't bring in the pelvis bone. No.
Okay.
I don't know what it is yet. I wanted to study it more before I talked about it. These ones I'm familiar with, if you don't mind.
Either way, bones, and we got 2 of them today, and obviously, what am I saying? I mean, my theory that we had a discussion about these bones, and he's like, we're like where the huts were, like the boat. We found a bone there, but it's near like a wet area. Okay,
right.
We found the 2 of them today in a different location in a wet boat area. Now, a few months back, in another moat area, and we found, that's where we found the juvenile footprint, but then we found, a bunch of bones nearby. So it's not like in the middle of the woods, which, I mean, who knows? It's tough to to really investigate every piece of the woods. But it seems like the most of the bones that we're finding is right near the water/moat area. Like they must be chilling out, eating. I don't know what they're doing, but we don't know.
Right?
But I just find it kind of interesting, those type of areas.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is that we're out here looking for this stuff, and we're trying to gather, information, right? Haunts and Legends podcast. All right, but And when that stuff happens, like I put it on that cup. I didn't want it because I was caught off guard, and I didn't. It was kind of hanging off. I didn't want it to fall, and I just put it on something that didn't have the oils and DNAs of my skin. And then I'll get tweezers and pick it up, and I'll put it in a medicine vial. So, and then we'll take it from there. I mean, either way, the one thing that's going to tell me a lot right now is if I look in there and there's a Moderna in the middle. You know what I mean? And medulla, maybe it's a medulla, something. So primates don't have them, and I actually have trail cams with hair. I suspected hair, but there's no medulla in the middle. Humans have a middle type fiber that goes down in the middle of their hair follicles. Apes, primates do not. So just so you know. All right.
When you have a chance, Rich, then you know what?
Yeah.
If you can, grab different types of lights, like the yellow light and the white light. See what type of reflection you get up for that,
Well, I'll put it on something. Oh, hang on, I'm still recording. I'll put it on something. I'm got a fucking telescope. Not telescope, what a microscope. I got broccoli. Did you bring your dinner to the show? We got to start doing dinner shows.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because I got like broccoli and pork chops brought to me.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
You want to do a dinner show? You guys want to do a dinner show? We should do a dinner show. All right, so check it out. Let's do a promo while we're here. My book winners. Send me a message with your where you want the book sent. And I'll make sure your book gets out there, okay? What is everybody eating for dinner? So check it out. September 14th coming up. Coming up, man. It's like 2 Saturdays. I'm going to be broadcasting live from my podcast. I've already talked to Get Haunted. We'll be on theirs. We'll be linked to Get Haunted. And that's Saturday at 1 in Rainham, Mass. So if you're in the area, join me. If you're not in the area, join me on the podcast, right? The other thing I want to remind everybody about, Banter with Richie B will be on the Parastream out of London. I had a nice meeting with them from London. Goodbye, Heidi. You have a good night. Oh, good. I'm so glad you enjoyed it, Heidi. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I love that. Thank you. No, I want people to have fun. I want everybody to enjoy themselves when they're here. We are serious. We're very serious researchers, but we like to laugh and have fun and just be stupid. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that either, right? So have a little fun. Be yourselves. Get out of your box, so to speak. You know what I mean? You want to write a swear word on the right and make yourself feel good? Just do what you got to do, man. We're not judging.
Express yourself.
Here, so. Express yourself.
Hey.
I can tell you who's talking to.
I can't believe you know the words of this song. Unbelievable.
I'm beautiful. So Wojo, make sure you got to be at this September 14th with me, right?
Absolutely. The Lozy, come on! I don't want a hitman coming after me and not show up.
Make sure there's no like overtime you got to do.
No.
Okay, go.
No, we're good.
So that's good. All right, we're good to go. So make sure you're there. If you can't be there, make sure you watch us on air. And then, if you are there too, by the way. So we have a whole new merch reset coming, right? I might find like 10 different ways to sell some merch. So even through Get Haunted. So keep an eye out for that stuff too. I'm going to try these pork chops out. Oh, wow.
Are you kidding me? I'm sitting there we're sitting there here. We didn't even order food yet because we're in the middle of a podcast. And yet Sloppy Boy because the wife can go, hey.
Yeah.
Pork chops and applesauce.
Well, I'm a fucking legend, all right? All right, listen. I will be taking your cast with you to show or they too valuable to transport. Oh, will I? I don't know. My casts are kind of junky. I'm not really good at it. You know what I mean? And that's okay to admit, put away your ego and do what's right. You know what I mean? The hail's quite impressive. But the cast itself's, pretty shitty. But you know, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the bones or a couple little things like that we'll take to the show with us. You know what I mean?
I still think it's a great thing. It's a great thing.
I mean, I got coffee cups and pens and kids shirts, and we got all kinds of fun stuff that we can do. And guess what? I bought a drone, so I'm going to learn how to fly a drone. So when we're in the woods, we can have a drone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
You know, it's funny because my brother asked me, he goes, "You guys like, why don't you guys do a drone?" And I'm like, I showed a picture, you know, the woods, but it's like, I mean, who am I? But I don't know. But now, Meatball here buys a drone. I love it. Why not? Because you know what? When Phil did it, I thought that was pretty cool. And I think
Rich Glidden has a drone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can fly his too. I have to work on mine. See, I have a lead foot with everything. So even when I'm on the drone, I'm like,
and the ADD doesn't quite work. The thing's going to go.
Yep. But you can get different. I think mine has thermal on it. I have to look. I don't know. I paid some decent money. I got it on sale up in New Hampshire. So
the only thing about that is I mean, I don't know. It'd be kind of hard to fly around in the middle of the night, but how about, hey,
look at
you know what? We're open to anything.
What the fuck that means?
DJ Mini Pro 3.
What does that mean?
Drone. Home in the drone.
English. Say something in English.
Yes, eat more broccoli.
Amber Robinson goes, "It's a drone, LOL."
Thanks, Amber. Yes.
Thank you, Amber. Drone brand and model. What do I give a fuck? Why don't you send me the fucking barcode? Who gives a shit?
Ay.
Send me a picture of you holding it gently, and then we'll talk.
Hey, Sam, maybe you could do an episode, but have a drone do it. Have a drone involved, please. Help these guys.
Oh, yeah. That'd be amazing.
Her work's been amazing.
Yeah, you can do that, Rich. Good job. All right, so listen. I want to pull this picture up because this picture is from the gift and chair. It is a nice, clear picture of the Zingers wrapper. So, mind you, I'm Michelle Harland from England, UK. We will be broadcasted on Parastream. Have you heard of Parastream, Michelle? We are going to be.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Exclusive Cryptid podcast for Parastream, starting September 28th, midnight your time, 7 o'clock United States time, Eastern time. That is going to be us. So we would love for you to tell everybody before we get there, Michelle. Thank God you showed up. You saved the show. God damn it.
Oops. Me and him. We're going.
Yeah. That's right. So like and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
No, I'm only kidding.
No, seriously, Michelle. Have you heard of Parastream from London, UK area? It's a podcast platform that is starting up, and it's pretty big already. So if you haven't heard of it, you are welcome. So she says hi to Damien and is afraid of you and I. So that makes sense too. Thank you for that. So good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the notify button, Michelle, because we go out in the woods and look for Sasquatch, Bigfoot live. And we want you there as part of the show. So, hey, check it out. So, as I was saying, this wrapper, you know, the zingers, the snacks, could be anything. Call it a devil dog, call whatever you want. You know what the wrappers are. They all come in that stuff, right? The plastic wrapper, kind of loud and crinkly sounding. This is the wrapper that we had left the zingers in on the gift and chair. Now, mind you, my point is this. Well, you know what? I'll let you guys figure it out. I'm just going to show you the picture. This is a week later, 10 days later, we go back to check the gift and chair. The zingers are not there. Okay? And this is what's next to it. Can everybody see that okay? Everybody see the wrapper? So you see the wrapper?
Yep.
Do you know What should that wrapper look like if I left it out in the wilderness? Full with zingers, devil dogs, whatever, cupcakes. What should that wrapper look like? Can anybody tell me what that wrapper should look like right now?
Is he talking about before or after?
After? What are you talking about?
Well, it should be like crumpled up and, tossed around.
No, the wrapper should be chewed on. There should be teeth marks in it. There should be crumbs stuck to it. There should be crumbs all over the freaking place because of a rodent. Well, it should be torn to shreds. Right, there you go. Thank you, Stacy. It should be torn to shreds. And there should be crumbs stuck in it. If a raccoon has done it, if a squirrel does it, if a bird does it, that thing is torn, pecked, chewed, shredded with crumbs everywhere. This is not. This package is torn open. The contents were clean out of it. And it was licked to shit from the inside out, right down to the cardboard piece of white cardboard that it sat on inside that wrapper. And it was left on that chair.
It's a perfect chair, too.
Dude, it's ripped. It's with thumbs. Yep. It's torn open. And, and the crazy, I always attribute it to this. I played a lot of hockey in my days, right? And later in my career, I decided I would use a visor. Well, the visor fogged up all the time. Well, let me tell you something. Those hockey players on the bench, they'll spit on their visor and they'll rub it like this because it won't fog up. This should have little drops and fogged up with condensation. And it's not. It's crystal clear. You know why? Because inside of that is saliva. So we took it and we packaged it up. And we're waiting to hear back from somebody that we can contact and send it to get some DNA. So we are researching him, man. We're not just out here. We're looking for the experts to help us. We're not just making shit up because we want you to watch us. We're just sharing this stuff because we found it and we're excited. Yeah, Animal, what's up?
Now to remind you that inside that wrapper is that, usually when the nights get cooler, you do get condensation. We can admit to. But when you see big droplets, inside, and it's thick, okay, and it's not misty in there. I mean, that thing was licked big time.
Yep.
Even on the piece of cardboard, licked perfectly clean. I mean, it's just so much slop on it.
Yep. Yeah, and that's where it was left the next time.
Yep.
Right. Oh, wait. Hang on, everybody. Hang on. If you left, you lose. If you stayed, you win. Check it out right now. I got my boy. Animal's here.
Yo, Animal! How's that big dog?
Hold on, guys.
Hang on.
Hold on. I'm just trying to connect my mic.
No, you hold on. You don't tell us hold on. You're out.
Right there, bro.
Mike.
How about now? Check 1, 2, check.
Zoom.
Check. Yo, Animal's here. Listen, everybody. Animal. Where is he? Yeah, I got something for you, Animal. Animal, I got something for you, bro. You looking? Animal, can you see me? Can you see me? He can't hear us. I don't think he can hear us. So Animal is doing a live broadcast from a haunted location where an investigation is happening right now. He will be doing his podcast from there. So after our show, you don't want to miss. Listen, we have taken over Saturday night. And not only have we taken over Saturday night, we have made Saturday night our bitch. 100%.
There we go. Check. There we go. I'm on now.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, you sound nice and loud. Oh.
Yeah. Can you turn that shit down? I'm trying to have a show here, sir.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Let's see.
Are you on mute?
Oh, my God. Animal, can you hear me? We can hear you.
I hear a woman's breath at the end. Listen, I can hear you.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there's a woman's breath at the end of the record. Listen, we're in the middle of a live investigation right now at an undisclosed location. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. We all can hear you. Jesus Christ. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Shadow that went by him?
No, it's probably lighting. I don't know. We can't even see your face, bro. Listen, I got you a present. You want to see it?
Yeah, what's up?
All right, cool. Check that out, buddy.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
I was just split. That is looking cool
on your rear end, dude.
I got Animal Podcast in my butt crack right now. This is listen, if you guys ain't having fun tonight, you better check your pulse because something's wrong. Animal, welcome as usual to the Banter with Richie B podcast and my co-host Mr. Wojo. What is going on with you? Well, you can't say where we can say undisclosed, but what are you up to tonight?
Dude, actually, I could tell you right now where I'm at. I'm in the Riddle House that was featured on Ghost Adventures. So we're in a big location. Actually, it's just we're like in a huge little village that's on a fairground that they moved all these homes to all these areas. There's like a fire station here. There's a church here. There's a hunting shack here.
Wow.
The Riddle House, which is really famous on Ghost Adventures. So yeah, we're actually live right now in the Riddle House where they actually kept bodies, apparently.
Wow.
In the very room. So there's been like so much activity happening around. We were walking around before I was setting up stuff and trying to not fall and hit my head and stuff. But yeah, having fun, dude.
Nice, man. Nice.
No Bigfoots here though. Just except for the animal.
Now, remind me where that is, state-wise. Is it in Florida?
It's West Palm Beach.
Yeah. I watched that episode, actually, of what you're talking about, that other show.
Yeah.
But sorry, D-Hoot. I got to apologize to D-Hoot. She came in and Richie's drawers are the first thing I see.
Why is he on a chair spinning around? You spin me round, animal round. That was very nice of you guys there.
Yeah, my friend Animal from Animal Podcast, Sierra and Ray from Haunts and Legends Podcast. They wanted to cheer me up, and they sent me a gift in the mail, and it happened to be these amazing boxers that we have Haunts and Legends on the front, which I didn't show, but Animal on the back. So basically, the party's in the back.
I don't know if you want to show the front part.
Yeah.
I saw the video of when you opened it, dude. I just laughed so hard.
Oh yeah, it was awesome, dude. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the smile. And I got to tell you something right now, and I don't want to bring the mood down, but that's my mom. Like, my mom's humor is exactly what you guys just pulled off, and I can't thank you enough for that, because she's laughing her ass off right now. She knows that's funny, and she's the one who's given me my humor and open mind, and that is her gift to me, and I have that for the rest of my life, and my children have that, and my children's children will have that.
Yeah.
And that type of thing, that type of joke right there was not even a joke. It was just a funny gift. And she would just absolutely love that. So you guys nailed it right on the head, and I just can't thank you enough. Stacy says, hang on. To be honest, they just wanted to make sure you had pants of some sort on during the podcast. Well, Stacy, I basically derobed while interviewing Bill Bryan in order to put these on, and you guys didn't even notice. So, I did some old school shit right there. Yeah, that's not prom night. That's an experienced pro. Okay, that's different. All right.
Yeah.
You guys didn't like that's not prom night? Come on, that's a freaking funny joke, you assholes. Fucking laugh. Good Lord.
Stir up those spirits, Rich. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Animal, what the fuck are you going to be doing from here? You don't have any guests or what? You're going to walk around and investigate live? What are you doing? What's happening?
Well, there's a whole bunch of. Can you hear me? All right, we're gonna have a whole bunch of guests join in. There's actually a whole bunch of teams here tonight, so I'm gonna be interviewing not just one, not just two, but multiple people. So it'll be awesome having a whole bunch of teams on board and just to see what they're all about and what they're doing here and what they're, experience. Right now, there's a whole bunch of teams right now just walking around outside, inside right now. So I'm just waving to people while I'm in this really cool room that's haunted. So a whole bunch of cool stuff is happening. You never know. Something might happen here during the show tonight. So
that'll be kind of cool.
Yeah, but if it does, you ain't gonna be able to fucking see it, dude. You got to turn on some kind of dim lighting. What the hell's going on, bro? Are you wanted? Are you wanted for something? You don't want to share it? I mean, what's going on, bro?
Well, it happened at the dark. You know what I mean?
Come see that. Come on, Bubba. My boy Mowgli's creeping in. Call him Mowgli because he crawls like Mowgli. You say hi? You say hi?
Hi, Joshy.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
That was amazing.
Oh, good.
Amazing.
That's a great,
by the way. That's a good name, right? No, don't touch buttons. So look at this. My buddy down here. He's in the dock. He's kind of creepy. So listen. It is 7:55. All right. 7:55. After this, you jump over to watch Animal at the Riddle House, right? Is it Riddle or Riddle?
Riddle.
Yeah, Riddle House. Yeah, that's all right. The Riddle House. He's doing a live podcast from there right now. He's going to be interviewing. Oh man, you guys still here, honey? What did he do to me? Oh, there you are, bro, with the buttons. Hi, Mary. Love you, Mary. Everybody say hi to Joshua Lee. Hi, Joshua Lee. So listen, 8 o'clock right now. We're going to get out of the way so you can have your show. I want you all to stay tuned or jump over to Animal Paranormal Podcast right now at the Riddle House in Florida during a live investigation. There's teams all around the place. You can see some paranormal activity behind him if he turns on a freaking light. Dude, you got to turn on the light. This is a different podcast. Nobody can see nothing. I see two shiny little beady eyes. It's like...
It's Bigfoot.
I'm expecting it to be Damian Smith. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I'm an animal. Right. It's dark out.
Let's just go off the. Could you just start hitting some lights around here? We might as well just go off the air. Here we go. Man, pull this one out too. What the hell? Here we go.
Say hi to Andy.
Yeah. So
I should be on live around 8, between 8 or 8:08. So I'll be around those sides because I got to do a little bit of testing here before I go on live. So just catch me around 8 to 8:08. I'll be on live and we'll have some fun.
Well, you have a great show, my friend.
Definitely, have a great show. Be safe. Be safe. Listen. Yeah, go see Mama. Go. Make sure you're safe, bro, and make sure you don't bring nothing home. Everybody, I want to say, listen. Do you got a link to Animal? Do I have a link to Animal? Do I have a link to Animal?
It's in your butt.
I don't have a direct link to your StreamYard, right? No.
It's in your butt.
Yeah, that's what Jess said. It's in your butt. You want to see the link again? No, it's kidding.
Just remember, I'll be on your butt no matter where you go, Richie.
Yes, look at. If you want to see Animal Podcast, tune in.
All right.
Oh, dude.
I love you.
Great show.
Listen, be safe, everybody. I absolutely had a blast tonight. I truly, truly needed it. It's been very uplifting. You guys are amazing people. Thank you for my Damian Smith rolling credits. That's brilliant, my man. I love you all, your friends, your family. You mean a lot to me. I can't thank you enough. You guys are lifting me up through a very dark time, and I want you to have a nice, safe show. Everybody on the side, thank you so much for your love and support. We're going to be on Parrot Stream coming soon as well, so make sure you watch for that. We're going to be building. We're going to keep climbing. That's what we do. We keep climbing. Tomorrow afternoon, we're in talks about doing another live event out in the woods. So hit that notify button. Go over to YouTube, like and subscribe to Banter with Richie B, and hit the notify button because I'm gonna put up anytime I'm live, we're gonna have it scheduled. Okay. Hit TikTok, hit Instagram, hit Facebook. All Banter with Richie B. I want to thank my co-host Wojo. He's an awesome co-host. I love having him. And I know Big Andy's over there cuddled up with the dogs on the couch and the peanut butter, so that's cute. You guys have a great evening together. Enjoy yourselves. And as I always say, keep climbing, everybody. Wojo, what do you say?
I say, keep climbing. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Boom.
I'm trying